Hey everybody, welcome back to part 2 of the Hungary for Conquest. I know, very clever. Leave a like if you think it's clever. It's not really. But we are almost ready to attack Austria once our claim obviously gets through. Let's just quickly check the progress of that. We're about halfway done, but this still leaves us a lot of time to get other things done. We look at technologies, we're just trying to getting our light tanks. We have the Great War tanks, but Great War tanks are useless in every meaning of the word. What else we got going on? We got some civilian factories still building. Production is looking fine. I have it all in infantry equipment just because I don't need support equipment whatsoever. Making quite a lot. And what about the recruit? Let's start. Oh, okay. So now we have motorized divisions that we can make. So apart from, and as well as armored divisions. Now these armored divisions are going to be the. Is there anywhere where I can check the equipment? Yeah. So they have the Great War tanks, which is useless, so I'm not going to make any of those. But let's go back to production. Let us add, so they're the Great War tanks. Let us add the motorized. Now we only have a couple factories, so I'm going to take 2 off to get those ready. Now I'm not going to start building any motorized just yet, because if I do that, I won't have nearly enough to actually get started. How much do we have in supply? If we look at the supply, we have a little bit. So why don't we get a division of just regular infantry. So we have the Olympic Games in Berlin going on. Where's Berlin? The giant stadium. So as you can see, this, like, I had a lot in reserve. I still didn't even have enough for these guys to be fully supplied when I started recruiting them. So if I try to get motorized, it's gonna be like they're gonna have no equipment pretty much right off the start. Oh, let's wait a second. Regardless, we must ready the people for war. Angered by Austrian. Okay, so gets event. Oh, I don't really care. I think these are just normal events when you're trying to take over another country. They're not gonna be they're not gonna be too happy about the situation, as you would assume. So I think I'll go to disarmed 1%. I'll go to limited conscription, because that'll get my recruitable population from 1.5% to 2.5%. Obviously, if I get anything, I think actually anything higher, anything higher than this will actually start giving me negative effects. So I think this is good for now. So if we look at the manpower, it should go up. Yeah, that went up significantly. I had about 20k left. Now it's 100k. And the more territory I take, the more people I'm gonna have. Which is strange, because you wouldn't think that Austrians would be particularly happy for fighting in the Hungarian army, which they just lost to. Yes, I am predicting a sweeping victory. Let's get this guy right here. It's, I don't think anyone's going to attack me for attacking Austria. No one has claims on it, so I can attack. Of course, we have the world tension at 4%. This normally goes up for a couple of reasons. Slightly because Italy takes Ethiopia, which they have yet to take. It's already August, guys. What are you doing? Even in my playthrough, I didn't know how to play. I took Ethiopia within a month, or maybe not a month. World tension goes up because of that, as well as the Spanish Revolution. And of course, if the Japanese are at war with the Chinese, well, they will be soon. These things happen, especially if you're doing a historical, campaign or playthrough, and the world tension will rise pretty much automatically. But some significant markers are 25%. Countries start making claims on other countries, their independence. For instance, I think Britain will declare the independence of Romania at one point, I'm sure. And maybe other countries and I'm not sure what happens after that. I don't remember particularly what happens after that. But we have this infantry unit getting ready. We do have a good amount of supplies left. Let's get another unit. Actually, we have almost no supplies. Let's cancel this. We'll get one more guy. I do want to stack up on supplies though, so that when I need them, they will be ready. And we just need more factories at the moment. Let's go ahead and grab the support equipment. Although I'm not producing any at the moment, I'm gonna need to start producing it soon, and probably towed artillery. So by adding these to the list, pretty much once I get any factories, they will automatically start producing. Reason why is once I take Austria, I'll have some army experience. And what I want to do is go into my division layouts and just edit these. Like, for instance, I'm probably going to add support artillery to this, and therefore I'm going to need production of towed artillery, because right now I have absolutely zero. Another thing I'll probably do is start making some motorized divisions, because, again, making claims on countries does take a while to be able to just invade. So I'm gonna have some time on my hands, and I want to not necessarily modernize all my infantry, but I do want to get, you know, some motorized infantry out there, and probably add artillery to them as well, and maybe even way down the line get some tanks. But they're gonna have to be at least modern tanks. But I probably will get some tanks from the Austrian campaign. They probably have some tanks. You know, I haven't played as every country, but, you know, every country probably has some type of tank, except for Hungary. Hungary didn't have any tanks during the game, which is actually quite unbelievable, because, you know, I'm pretty sure I could almost guarantee you Austria has tanks, has some type of tank, either 1918, you know, Great War, 34 or 36. I can almost guarantee you they have some type of tank. So, making all that, we getting a lot of equipment just stored up for the future, because you know, obviously, also while you're fighting, you need more equipment too, for any equipment that's destroyed or lost or whatever. You just need a lot of equipment, so stacking up is always a great idea. We're almost done with that. Look at construction. When's our national focus? Industrial effort's going to be done very, very soon. Is that going to be done before we can actually attack? Not quite. And this guy is a little bit more than half. I can deploy him right now if I wanted to. Let's pause it. That's a great thing, is you can always, if you just need guys at the front to protect areas, you can rapid deploy them without their training. Now, they're not going to be as good, but it's another aspect. It's like, do you want them to stay and train and be better, or you want to get him out right now and just add him to other groups and see how good he does? So that's cool. So we got the industrial effort, which is great. The future belongs to Hungary, which is okay. Why are you playing? So we have another one to do. What shall we do? Moving down the list, I'm looking towards here if there are any political power or something that I can do, just so I can get more. Adds one building slot. So construction. So this is obviously more. I don't really want that. Mechanization, equipment, bonus for infantry, weapons, and support. I really am not going to need that in the near future. I might just get aviation support, because although I'm not going to be fighting an air war, actually I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to be fighting an air war just yet. These decisions probably aren't this important where I'm stalling over it, but it is important. So I'm just going to get armament effort. It'll add, what will it add? It'll add one building slots, I guess, to this one place, or I think it'll just add one factory, one military factory, which is much faster, and one building slot to each sector, so I can build a lot more, and I get a free factory, which is a big deal. For a country that only has 6 factories, getting another one is probably a big deal. When is this going to be? This is going to be done really, 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 really soon. Only in a few more days, so I'm probably just going to deploy this guy in the next couple of days and just get him to the front, because honestly, he might not have that too much experience. Yeah, let's get him out now. We must ride behind the cause. Okay, so I got him out now. Stop this. Oh, let's cancel this line. Let's add him to the line. Again, shift, click. He goes there and he will go and get to a position. You know, he might not be that great at combat, but, you know, fighting will get your experience higher much faster than just training. So we are only days away from the much anticipated invasion Can I just... Okay, spacebar. Invasion of Austria. What do we need? No divisions of basic training. Right, we're not training anybody at the moment. Do we have anything motorized? We're barely making anything. I guess I can make another... I guess I can get one just so that... Actually, no, I'm just going to wait. I'm going to wait to train after the war. Because my units at the front line are going to need a lot of equipment. So, we are T-minus 2 days. T-minus 1 day. If I can count. Let's slow time down. I want to get the jump on the Austrians if I can. There we go. It's finally finished. So, 1 o'clock, 24th of October, 1936, we go to war. Available war goal. Shall we declare war? Conquer. Send. There we go. We are finally at war. First thing to do, get our air force. Now you can, I think you can just, now it's different how air combat works. Usually you'd have to like click on a single province. That's annoying as hell. So what you can do is if you go to the strategic air mode, you have air zones. So this air zone is actually going to be the Alpine region. If I just right click, right, that does it. Are these guys not ready? No, looks like the air wings can be transferred here when air wings are already stationed in the airbase. What is this? Oh, it's this one. Right? I'm messing up here. Okay, there we go. Now we have it. Okay, so we have the close air support and we have the fighters. Now, in this menu, you can basically tell them what to do. So let's just go left from right. This is gonna tell your guy like kind of how to fly. For some reason, the default is no retreat. That's a little ridiculous. Just do normal operations for both. This one will say day and night. Obviously, you know, if you have them going at night, you'd take less losses, but you probably won't be as effective. So, you know, they have no air force. I'll do both. Just to tell you how effective they are now, in reality, they only need to go in this area, but they're covering the entire region. So that means they have to cover from here in Vienna all the way to like France. So that's why they're going to be quite less effective just because the air region is massive. Now this will tell you the targets that they're going to go after. The close air support can do close air support, naval strikes, or port strikes. Obviously, close air support. For the fighters, they can do air superiority or interception. Now, these are kind of funky because they kind of do the same thing, but they don't at the same time. I'm just going to do air superiority to make it simple. We have war with Austria. We can check the losses. Obviously, we have 19 divisions. They have between 5 and 11, and it's 50-50 right now. And we have no one basic training, just how we like. So we're going to slow down time a lot here because obviously we're going to be at war, and decisions need to be made quickly. And I completely forgot to do this. So, obviously we have this unit with this plan of attack. Everyone has a planning bonus, except for that maybe that one unit that just got there. And by clicking this button, it says click to activate the execution of the entire plan. So, once I click this, they will execute the plan. They will go to this battle line. Let's go for it. So, the plan is in action. Once I hit spacebar, they will attack. And they are attacking. Now, I can micromanage if I want to, or I can just let them go and do their own thing. I'm going to let them do their own thing because they seem to be winning 96-90. Over there, we can actually click on it, and see what's going on. Looks like we have a couple twins fighting each other. These are just generic photos of what they look like. I don't even know. I'm sure that there are like, you know, Rommels in the game, for instance, but you know, these are just generic guys. We can look at, you know, they have enemy air superiority, of course we do. They're going to keep moving through their lines. We can check the losses here. Nobody. They've lost 2,000. They were kind of unprepared, I guess, even though they had forever to get ready. Missing equipment production. Fighter. So we're not making any fighters, are we? Have we lost any? So what we can do is click on the sector. We can actually see what's in the sector up here. You can see we have our 70 close air support, 24 fighters. They have 41 fighters and 1 anti-aircraft gun. Can we check the losses or So I'm not making any fighters at the moment, but I don't want to make fighters because these are shitty fighters to begin with. Am I researching the new fighters yet? I have to do that next. Research the new fighters because there's no point making shitty World War pre-war fighters. Like, you know, they are pretty crap. So I have them on a normal stance, pretty much, right? Estimated. This plan's considered to be risky. It's a risky plan. Now that'll tell you, you know, obviously, but if you make a ridiculous plan, like if you're Germany, if you're Poland, and you say I want to take Moscow, they're gonna tell you you're out of your mind. But you can't always believe this because it's Austria, and I'm kind of destroying them right now. If you look at the casualties, I've taken exactly none at the moment. So he does think it's risky, but we're going to go ahead and do it. And I have them on a normal battle plan, which basically means that they're not going to take any risk. Like, these guys are waiting here. These guys are probably going to wait for these guys to move up and cover their flank. Everyone's kind of doing that. But you know what? Let's have you guys attack Vienna. Actually, we can't. Let's just let them. Let's let them do their thing. Let's just let them do their thing. How's our Air Force doing? We have lost a few fighters, but so have they, I'm sure of it. Where can we check? I know there's a way to check fighter losses. With their fighter losses compared to you know, just overall losses between both sides. I still have more fighters than they do. I think I've gotten fighters and close air support mixed up a couple of times now, so apologies if that happened. But I'm pretty sure there's a way to check how many guys I've lost, but that's fine. And not too many fighters. We can obviously just click here and see we've lost quite a lot of fighters actually, but that's the cost of war, of taking territory, isn't it? So these guys are making their way. These guys are actually trapped at three sides. I'm making quite a breakthrough over here. On this side, kind of pushing through. Now, all we have to do is probably just take Vienna, and we will win, because they, you know, it's all about the victory points. Can I grab these horse guys? I'm gonna have them go over there and flank Vienna and cut them off. If I get a chance, I'll try to cut off people if I can. So we have these 6 divisions moving around. We're gonna have these guys try to, oh, actually I'm not gonna do that because they could be cut off as well. So they're attacking Vienna, they're attacking Vienna. These guys should attack Vienna. Once we take Vienna, they will most likely surrender or capitulate. If we look at Austria overall, their national unity is only 50%. So that means of the total amount of victory points this country has, which I don't know how many, if I take 50%, they will lose. So that's why it's important having a lot of national unity. If you have like 100%, for instance, they have to take every single victory point. So that would make it very difficult. But Austria, a small country, not a lot of national unity, it's a pushover. So take a look at the losses. 1K to 6K. Now, although I am confident in my army, we're only Hungary here. We're not some, you know, well-trained German corps here. So can't be all wins all the time. Have these guys gotten in yet? We have massive superiority over them. Of course, we have air support, attacking in multiple directions. They just have a ton of defense because they're in Vienna. So it's essentially defense versus breakthrough. So breakthrough is like 26, 23, 23. It's actually all 23, and their defense is 264. And they're probably dug in as well. Yeah, they're dug in, attack and defense, entrenchment. But my guy's pretty good. I think you can actually, so obviously, getting traits as a general is pretty simple. If you're fighting in the desert, you're going to get desert traits. So this guy right now is actually getting 4 different traits. He's getting Mountaineer trait, Hill Fighter, Ranger, and Urban Assault Specialist. Now, everyone is kind of obvious why he's getting that. Mountains, there are mountains here. Hill Fighter, there are also hills here. This is, you know, he gets experience from all these guys. And you have a Ranger, which I'm not sure, but that just kind of sounds okay. And obviously Urban Assault, we've already taken a couple villages already. So let's just get, you know what, I just want to end this. Just everyone attack. I might get cut off here. But we've taken Vienna. and they should actually capitulate. It'll probably take until tomorrow to recognize that I've taken everything. Waiting for it, and there it is. Okay, so we've taken Austria. Obviously, we have 179 points. Okay, we shall take all the states. End turn is going to cost 167, as if I care. So, we are done. We have taken everything. We have nothing else to gain. We have won the war. Fantastic. Okay, so immediately get a lot more manpower. A couple of things I want to do is address all these things up here. But first, before any of that, make a new front line on the next country I'm going to take. I really don't know. I really don't know who I'm going to take next. Let's just put on the border with Czech for now. Maybe I'll take Czech. Who knows? So let us go. We have 3 military factories, so now we have a few more military factories that are open. Let us grab towed artillery, because we are going to add it to one of our groups, at least one of our groups. We have fighters, no basic training, no template. Towed artillery, we have no template. Oh right, we're not making. It's not being made in any of our groups. So we have far more infantry. I think, can we just change the names of these? Can you actually? Oh, we can train them. Okay, so this is obviously infantry. Motorized, obviously those are pretty, and this is just horsemen. So we have a lot of just regular infantry. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into here, support, and add support artillery. Now you can actually look at what it will do. Obviously it'll slow them down a little bit, organization goes down a little bit, but their hard attack is +1. Hard attack is against other tanks. I don't think I'll be fighting many tanks. Soft attack is +18%. That is huge. And breakthrough is +3, which is also pretty good. As you can see, before we got like 23 breakthrough. You know, adding 3 to each one, it just multiplies very quickly. So we're gonna add that to the group, and it's gonna cost 10 points. We only get 11 for the entire thing, but we're gonna save that. Now, how much would it cost to add another infantry battalion? Can we just add them? Okay, it would cost 5 for each. Yeah, okay, so that would suck. Okay. So, but as soon as we do that, we're gonna need a ton of that, like an absolute ton. But what we don't, we basically need a lot of everything. But before we do any of that, I'm gonna start building more civilian factories in these sectors. This is actually 3 of 4, which is good because it's more than I can actually have. And I guess we'll build one more here so that everything will be maxed out completely. I also have some. I think this is repair, actually. Oh, right, yeah, so when you take countries, depending on, you know, how long the battle is, you might damage some things. So this is Lower Austria. This is exactly where the war happened. I don't think it ever got to upper, maybe in the lower part. So this is repairing some of the infrastructure. Obviously, during combat, you know, during war, infrastructure, and, you know, anything could be damaged. Anti-aircraft, civilian factories, military factories, infrastructure. You know, any of these things here could potentially be damaged if there's a war going through it. So that's exactly what happened. Now, we do need a ton of towed equipment, but what we don't need so much anymore, actually we do. We need everything. We need a lot of everything, unfortunately, and we just don't have the production to get it all. And yeah. Okay, so we're just going to have to leave it at that for a little bit. Yes, we're currently not making any divisions, and we currently don't have enough fighters, but I don't want any shitty fighters anyway. So let's bring the speed back up. Let's check our armament. What does that do again? Oh, it makes a military factory. Great, I actually needed that. 1 building slot and 1 military factory. Fantastic. Let's check our research real quick. This is almost done. This will factory output plus 20% max factories in state. So actually, after this is done, I'll be able to add a lot more factories. But before we continue, oh wait, before we actually continue with that, to make a claim on Czechoslovakia, I don't think I have enough political power just yet. Conquer. War goal will cost you 46. Wow, it takes nothing. Take to claim states. I don't want to do that. What sector do I want? Let's just say this giant sector here. These, I don't know too much about these, but it kind of seems like it doesn't matter. Like, you claim you know, you claim this part here, and you get to take the whole country, pretty much, you know? That's what it seems like, but we're doing that. Now, as you can see, this went up by a lot. Generated by Hungary, 13.2% by Hungary, and now it's at 16%. So that was literally all me just taking Austria, and I would do it. I would do it every single time because we need those factories. Okay, so we are full on this. Actually, I have an extra slot there, but as soon as this other thing is done, national focus, that'll be good. We're not making any troops at the moment, but we do have not enough of a lot of things. So we have infantry equipment. Let me check one thing. The great thing about this game is it gives you the tools to learn everything. So right now, I want to know how much equipment motorized divisions need between motorized and infantry equipment. So if I just go here, I can actually see equipment cost. Manpower, 7,200, training time, whatever. Infantry equipment, 600, and motorized, 300. So it needs a lot more infantry equipment, double, than motorized. And if we look here, we have a lot of infantry equipment, and we don't really have that much motorized at the moment. So what I'm going to do is take off one of those productions and put them on motorized, because I want to start making some motorized. Even though I only changed the infantry layout and added this to it. Actually, maybe I shouldn't do that. I want to make motorized, but at the same time, my regular infantry guys are going to be much better. So I'll keep it like this for now. I'll keep it like this. So let's start training some guys. Let's do 3. Let's do how many can I get before another war starts? Let's do 3. So 3 and 3. Let's just have them spawn here again, somewhere where no one else is going to be, so I can easily tell if they're there. And let's continue. So obviously we're not making fighters again. The next thing I'm going to get, I swear this time, it has to be fighters, because I'm sure these guys have fighters. Oh yeah, they have quite a lot of. They have a lot, probably 10 military factories, 14 to 18. But they have quite an air force. So if I'm gonna take this place, I am going to need a lot of fighters. This is gonna be a #1 priority thing. So we have concentrated research, going immediately to the fighters, and getting this new fighter. Now it is generic, requires carrier. I don't have any boats, so I could care less. Now the problem is, this is going to take 190 days. This claim is going to take, 210. So I'll only have about a month to build as many fighters as I can before the war could potentially start. I'll probably have to push off the war a little bit. Right. Oh, I forgot. When I took Austria, it said how much equipment I took. So they finally took it in December. It took them nearly an entire year to take Ethiopia. Good job. Amazing work there, Italy. I'm glad I stopped playing as you, because you guys suck. Can I look at these? Okay, so these are way in the future, obviously. I'm not sure if I explained this before, but what you can do is, for these 3, is designers for certain things. When Germany made the Tiger, for instance, they went and got the designer who designed the Beagle. I forget his name completely. I know someone's gonna be mad at me, but the guy who designed the Beagle also designed a version of the Tiger. I think the Tiger he made was so revolutionary in its traction, in its tracks, that actually they didn't do it because it didn't work when he showed Hitler. This is going to real depth here. I love this stuff. So you can actually get designers. Now, being a normal, Hungary's not a main country, I don't really have any special stuff here. But, if you... Okay, here we have some options. So if you pick one of these compared to other ones, they all have really good traits. Like this one has agility for fighters. This one has heavy bombers. This one's heavy... You can see MW aircraft, medium aircraft, heavy aircraft, naval aircraft. So you can kind of set a focus on your aircraft or tanks or navy. And then you have other things like here, which are around the same thing, but these are like theorists. I've never seen these before. And you have industry here. You have mechanical. Oh, so these are like for your infantry equipment. So there's so much to explore in this game that I really haven't even looked at, but I'm very excited to look at. So we have this going. It's getting there. National focus is almost done. Armament effort, I'm going to get another factory, which is great because I just need more factories as soon as possible. Recruitment's going fine. They all have equipment, which is great. And I even have some extra equipment, quite a lot of equipment. Getting more every day. Support equipment is fine. We just need a ton of Towed. I'm going to add the factory to the Towed artillery because I need a lot. I'm barely making any whatsoever, but again, they're getting more efficient every single day, so every day they're gonna make more. Now they're doing 2 per week, which is about 500 less than I need. When is this gonna be done? 2 more days. Let's get it. 1 more day. I wonder what I'll get next. Probably more in industrial. Okay, so we have that done. This is a really important decision. Anti-Comintern Pact, anti-communist. So if I join, I'll basically align myself. I'm already fascist. I'm already kind of there with the Axis powers. Geographically, I'm already there right next to them anyways. So if I join this, it will set me on a path much closer with them. If I refuse, it'll kind of put me in no man's land because I'm already kind of aligning myself with them. Russia probably doesn't like me already. If I refuse, I'll only make more enemies, so I'm going to join them. I hate communism anyway, so let's do it. Let's stop time. Let's grab another focus here. So we could do armament. Wow, it goes all the way down. That's quite a lot. I don't know if I want to do that quite yet. I might, for armor technology, I think I might want to do aviation now because honestly, I'm going to need a lot of help with aviation taking on the Czechs. Here we go. So, we've got that going. I hope you guys enjoyed so much. I'm really starting to like this series. Starting to get good. Trying to take land. I'm hungry for more conquest. Hope you guys enjoyed. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next episode.